Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the Jake Caserna Show. Hope you guys are doing well out there. Hope things are going good. So, it is May 1st, about to be May 2nd actually, and we are somewhat fast approaching Mother's Day, which it kind of made me think about just how many fucking holidays are now. And I don't feel like this used to be a thing. It seems like every month there's 100 different fucking like events or like types of celebrations. Like there's Women's Month, I think there's Men's Month, there's like Indonesian Month, there's fucking Native American or Heritage Month, there's Black History Month, there's MLK Day, there's like there's just like goddamn, like why can't we just have like a core group of holidays? Like why can't we just have Christmas, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, New Year's, and like that's it. Like, and I get like we're trying to be like inclusive now, where every group has their own holiday. Like we got St. Patrick's Day for Irish people, we got Black History for Black people, we got Cinco de Mayo, we got Mother's Day, we got Father's Day. I just actually found out there's a fucking Kids Day. I didn't even know that. There's a fucking Kids Day, which like I mean, what like what's the point of that? Like I mean, if you have a kid, I feel like Kid Day is every day. I kind of get the point of a Kid Day, but not really, because like I get the concept of a Mother's Day, like or a Father's Day. Like you want to recognize the hard work that a mom or a dad have put into like raising a kid and taking care of them and all the sacrifices. Like I get that, but like I don't get like Kid Day. And I guess you could say like, well, it's for like adult kids, but that's not how it's like worded. It's just like fucking Kid Day. Like it's just a day for kids. And I mean, like, when does that even happen? Why does it happen? And like, I kind of get the point of Mother's Day and Father's Day, but again, like, I feel like those are days that shouldn't be like days. I feel like those are just things you should do all the time. Like, I feel like if you have a good dad and a good mom, you should just always, celebrate and respect them and take care of them. Now, I'm not saying you need to like fucking go out and like spend thousands of dollars on them each day, but like you should at least do something like for like all the work to do. Like, I don't think you should need a day to be like, oh fuck, it's Mother's Day. Like, I need to call my mom and see how she's doing since I haven't talked to her in 4 weeks. Or like, oh shit, like it's Father's Day. I need to call my dad and see if he's still fucking alive after 4 years. Like, I don't really get the point of that. Like, I get like Christmas because that's like a big thing, and I get like New Year's and I get like 4th of July. But like, I don't get so many of these holidays. Like, the one I really think needs to go. There's actually a few. Well, really, most of these holidays could go. But honestly, I feel like Black History Month needs to go. And I know that's kind of a hot take, but just hear me out. So the reason I think Black History Month needs to be removed is because to me it's one of the most redundant holidays, because every year we learn about the same shit from the same people with the same music every year. Like for as long as I've been alive, it's been the same people from Rosa Parks to Martin Luther King. It's the same people, Muhammad Ali, the same photo of Muhammad Ali, the same photos of the March of Selma, the March on Washington. Like it's the same shit. Like you'd never learn anything new. Like you don't learn about all of the different black inventors throughout history in America. You don't learn about anyone outside of the like fucking biggest people in the history of the civil rights movement, like the most famous black people. Like rarely do you hear about like the obscure black people who like made an invention, or like the black people who were not famous who contributed to the civil rights movement. Like you only hear about Martin Luther King, and you only hear about Rosa Parks, and you only hear about those people. You never hear about the people on the ground, like just regular people who actually contributed and did the groundwork, who actually put the time and the effort in it, like the people who fucking died to actually make progress on civil rights. And that's it's not to take away from Rosa Parks or Martin Luther King or anything of what they did, but it's like goddamn, like for being a holiday, or not even a holiday, a fucking month. Like that's the thing about Black History Month. Like the other holidays like Mother's Day, Father's Day, it's a day. But Black History Month is a fucking month, and you learn nothing in it. And the thing is also, it like makes people feel like you only really need to acknowledge Black History Month like Black History in Black History Month. Like you don't actually really need to learn about like the accomplishments of Black people, like actually like things about Black culture and just Black history. Like it's like after February, it's like all right, well we did our fucking Black thing and that's over. So anyways, we can go on to business. And then of course you have all the corporations and the companies who, for the whole month of February, are pro Black and talk about how they love and support Black people. But the moment it hits fucking March 1st, you notice all those fucking companies are right back to normal. Matter of fact, I remember one year I stayed up until March 1st to look at the Amazon like video page where they have like Amazon Video, like a few hours into March 1st, all that fucking Black media and Black shows and Black and all that was fucking gone. It was back to business as usual. Okay, now we did our Black shit for a month. Okay, now we're back to business. We're back to like our actual like what we give a fuck about, making profit. And then you have the other companies who like come out with like a Black Barbie or some type of like superficial token of like, hey, we're hip, we're with the the oppression cause and shit. And it's like, I just feel like everything about Black History Month is just, it's useless because no one learns anything. No one actually really cares about the month now. And also, it seems like now that month has become just like a fucking culture war now. Like people look at it as like either a fucking woke month or some shit. Like so now, on top of not learning anything, and on top of everyone just kind of doing the same shit every year, now you have people who think that this thing is just like a fucking creation of the radical left or some shit, or just like some fucking crazy out there idea. Like I've seen so many people the last few years talking about Black History Month as if it's like some like abomination that's been created from like some like George Soros group. And it's like, my God, like that's the thing. Like we have strayed so far from what the fuck this month should have been about that most people don't even know why the month started, like what the origin of it is, why it's February, nothing. Like if you ask most people, if you stop like a fucking 50-year-old person or a 10-year-old kid or a 19-year-old kid, and you ask them what the point, like when was Black History Month created, why is it in February, and why do we celebrate it? They couldn't answer you. They wouldn't fucking know. Like shit, I don't even fucking know. I don't even really know. Like I kind of remember, but that's only because I've just kind of looked into it myself outside of February, not in Black History Month. But even I couldn't even fucking answer that. And like we have a whole month to celebrate, all these accomplishments and people, and we know nothing about these people. This month has been going on for decades, and yet we have learned an astounding amount of nothing about most of the people involved. So like, yeah, I just think that month needs to be just removed because it's pointless. We learn about the same shit. Nobody remembers it. And really, I mean, honestly, how many people, like honestly, when February comes around, how much of Black history do you personally like actually learn? Like not I'm not talking about people in college or school. Like I'm talking about just a person going about their life, 9 to 5 job or whatever you're doing. How many of you actually spend the time in February to learn about Black History Month or actually give a fuck about learning about it? I would say most people don't. And it's not because they don't care about Black History Month or they're racist or some shit. They just don't care. Like, I got more important stuff to do. I got to pay bills. I got to fucking go to work or find a job. Or, I got 100 different things to do. I don't have time to fucking, open a book and learn about the 15 chapters of the Civil Rights Movement or fucking learn about Selma or some shit or the Tulsa Race Massacre. Like, I mean, that's tragic and all, but, I got my own life to worry about. And so, like, I feel like that's one of the main problems I have with Black History Month. But kind of segueing away from that, another holiday that I feel like we should get rid of is Martin Luther King Day. Now, I know that's also kind of a weird hot take, but the reason I think we should get rid of that holiday too is similar to Black History Month. Because Martin Luther King Day, it's a weird day because I kind of get the point of it, but like, again, like with Black History Month, this holiday has been around for like what, 30 years now? 30, 40 years now? And we again have learned about the same shit about this guy. The only thing that most people know about Martin Luther King is I have a dream speech. He was a civil rights leader and he got killed. That's it. Like no one really outside of those three facts can tell you shit about it. Like how many people can tell you what year Martin Luther King was born, what his parents' names are, where he grew up, where he went to college, what he did before he became a civil rights leader, what the name of his children are. How many people can name that? Like, honestly, could you name that right now? Could you actually, right now, name where Martin Luther King Jr. was born, who his parents were, what their names were, what city he was born in, what town he was born in, what state he was born in? Could you actually, like, could you name what college he went to? No. Fucking most people, even black people that were around back then, couldn't even tell you that. And this holiday is every year. We have this holiday every year, and we've had this holiday since the 80s. This has been around for like 40 years. And yet most people know fucking nothing about this guy. We know pretty much like an idea. We know a general idea of who this guy was, but we really don't know him. And I feel like if you're going to have a holiday dedicated to just one person, out of all the people we've had in American history, we should know every single aspect. Like if you were to go up to somebody, they should be able to tell you from the date of birth until the date of death, every single thing about Martin Luther King Jr. We should know like automatically, like the fucking like anything that like you would know just like off the bat. Like we should know that, and we don't. And it's like so. We have this holiday to celebrate this guy and to celebrate his accomplishments. Yet we don't know nothing about the guy. And once again, most people don't really care. Like we have a parade. I know, like in my city, we have a parade. I think most people have parades. Like a lot of cities have parades. And what do you hear when you hear on Martin Luther King Day is the "I Have a Dream" speech? You hear that like 1,000 times, and that's it. And then we go on as business as usual. And it's like, man, like if all we're getting out of these holidays is the same shit, we can open a history book. Like we can just have a history book, which we already have, and read about Martin Luther King, read about Black History Month, and we can get rid of those holidays. Same thing with Mother's Day and Father's Day. You can just take care of your parents all the time. You can admire and respect them all the time. You don't need a fucking holiday about it. Like again, like fucking Kids Day. We don't need a Kids Day. You take care of your kids and you value and you respect and you take care of them. You don't need a day for that. Like there's so many fucking days that we have now that I'm like, I don't get the point of these. Like these are days that we should just do all the time. Like you shouldn't have a day to like have to remind yourself that you should take care of your mom or you should take care of her. You should like just appreciate what they do. And, like also another holiday, I think, I guess this one I can see a little bit more merit for is the Valentine's Day. Like, I mean, all that day is it's just a fucking it's just a profit for stores, flowers, fucking overpriced diamond rings, and that's it. Like Valentine's Day is purely a day for flower shops, chocolate shops, like pretty much like any fucking like type of gift store. It's just a day for people to spend an exorbitant amount of money just to say they love somebody. Once again, like with the fucking other holidays, you should just do this all the time. You shouldn't need to buy a $50K, $16,000 ring to tell your girlfriend or your wife or your husband that you love them. That's a waste of money. Like you could be paying for so much. You could have a house almost. You could have an apartment. You could have a car. You could spend so much on the amount you spend on a fucking ring that 9 times out of 10, they're probably never going to wear. And also, why are you going to wear it? Like, where are you going to wear a ring that costs that much fucking money? Honestly. Like, where are you going to wear that? You're not going to take it out when you go to fucking McDonald's or when you go to get groceries. You're going to have that in a fucking box somewhere, collecting dust for like 10 years before you take it out and remember you even have that thing. It's a use of money. It's a waste of money. But then also, like, there's also the other part of there's a solid chance you might break up with this fucking person. So like you spent all this money on this person only for them to fucking break up with you, and you had all this money for nothing. You have nothing to show for it. So yeah, Valentine's Day, that's another holiday I feel like we can get rid of. Another one I feel like now I guess this is a kind of tricky one because I guess there's like some kind of quasi religious aspect to it, but Easter. Like, I mean, why the fuck do we need a holiday? Like, Easter, it's collecting eggs. Like, it's a fucking bunny and eggs. Get rid of it. There's no point to it. Like, we do not need a fucking holiday for collecting eggs on Sunday and having a fucking bunny. Get rid of it. Like again, like I don't, and I don't even understand. Like I know it's like has some type of like pagan roots or some shit like that, but most people don't know about that. All they know is that we on this Sunday collect eggs and someone dresses up as an Easter bunny. Fucking useless. Like you can get rid of that. And like really, like if you go through most of the holidays we have, you could probably just completely get rid of them and have like just I don't know, like an event like every now and then for it. Like I don't really think you need a holiday for it because and there's so many of these holidays that are weird. Like you got Good Friday, which is like you got federal holidays and you got non-federal holidays. So like some holidays are acknowledged by like you know government agencies and like offices. So like for some holidays you'll be able to get off and get paid for it. And other holidays, depending on if you work for like the state or the government or whoever, you don't get off. And so like also it's like so some holidays some people don't give a fuck about and some do. Like Good Friday, most people don't even know what Good Friday is. Like you can get rid of that. Like we don't need Good Friday. So yeah, that's my rant about holidays and all the days we have because like I feel like looking at a calendar now you just look like god damn like how many fucking days do we have for shit and, like it's shit that's not even worth having a day about. Like it's not even worth having a holiday for. Like most of them are things you can open a history book, read about, and learn about. Like President's Day, Martin Luther King Day, Black History Month. You can open a book, read about it, go about your day. Mother's Day, Father's Day, you know, that should go without saying. Just take care of your parents and check on them without having a day to need to do that. Again, Valentine's Day, you don't need to be spending $1,000 fucking dollars on a ring just to say I love you. You can do that, on a normal date on a Friday. You don't need a fucking, $5K ring for that. So yeah, that's my rant about holidays. So, what else? What else is kind of annoying me? So one thing I guess I've also kind of gotten annoyed with, and I'm kind of mixed on this because I I appreciate the intent of the cause, but I despise the fucking commercials. It's the ASPCA commercials. Like these things are fucking torture porn. And also, they're just highly fucking manipulative. But also, there's an aspect to them that I have a different take on this than most people. Like, and again, I might be coming from this from a very simplistic standpoint, but when you see these videos of like a dog chained to a fucking post in the middle of the wintertime, and it's all like fucking malnourished and has like a fucked up eye and shit. What I think about is there is a film crew like fully like they're on the scene filming this fucking dog just suffering. And it's like like I don't know, like can you not just like use the resources of like fucking having a full film crew there and like actually help the fucking thing? Like there's also like the commercials you see in Africa where like you'll have like some malnourished kid like on death's door with a fucking hawk flying around it and some fucking buzzards. And you just got a fucking camera crew just all set up around this kid, fucking eating some snacks and shit from their pocket. Well fed fucking Americans. And this kid's about to die, and they got like this whole setup watching this kid suffer and die. And instead of helping that kid, I mean, they might help him after the fucking commercial, but like they're filming this kid fucking suffering. They're filming these animals fucking suffering. And they're wanting us to have like our money given to them to fucking help them. And like, I get that charity organizations need money, but like the way they do these commercials, it's like they're trying to guilt you into it. Like, man, you're such a horrible fucking person. If you look at these commercials and you don't help them out, if you don't send money, you're just a fucking heartless fucking piece of shit. And it's like, man, fuck you. Like, why? Like, why do you have to fucking manipulate people into trying to give you money when, like, I strongly believe this. I feel like there are so many better avenues of like helping animals that are abused and even helping people in like third world countries that are malnourished and have all these diseases and plagues. I feel like there's so many better avenues of helping those people and those animals than having these 15 damn near Netflix series size commercials of suffering animals and fucking dear, like damn near dead people. With all, with the manipulative, sad music, the arms of an angel shit in the background, and then you got the lady with the soft spoken voice holding a puppy or some shit, talking about for $5 a day you can help an animal. It's like, no, fuck, how much are you fucking giving to this? Like, how much money are you actually giving to this? Like, I'm sure that woman who does those commercials, she probably makes more than most people who are actually watching them, and I'm sure she probably doesn't give fucking nothing to them. And I'm not trying to say she's a horrible person for that. But it's like, man, like most people, I feel like that look at those commercials, they do feel bad for those animals and they feel bad for those people. But goddamn, like you don't need to have these 15, 16-minute long commercials with the overly depressing music in the background, the close-ups of a dog with half his eye hanging out and half his mouth's been fucking rotted from some type of disease. And you just sit there and look at it and you just want to fucking put a fucking bullet in the back of your head after watching. It's like, Jesus Christ. I don't know. Like maybe because on the one hand, I'm sure that some people say that, well, them showing this is like bringing awareness to this, and like it actually gives you that like visceral feeling of like what these animals and people are going through. But at the same time, I'm like, man, like I feel like you can do this in a way where you can help these people and you don't have to just exploit the suffering of these animals and people, and you can like actually do something productive. Like, for example, like homeless people. Like, when it comes to homeless commercials, which there's not that many, I guess, of them. But like for homeless commercials, you don't see a lot of them. At least where I'm at, you don't see like an abundance of homeless commercials where like they just like show like people laying on the street just suffering and just like dying. Like you might see a few here and there, but like by and large, you just like have like a commercials like, hey, X amount of people are in poverty. You might have like a scene of like a homeless person, walking on the street or a homeless tent, something like that. But like it's like a 40-second, barely, not even a minute, like like 20 or 30 seconds, like a normal commercial. It was like, hey, donate to this charity or donate to this homeless shelter to help, single mothers who have kids who are homeless, or like help homeless veterans. It's like straight to the point. It's not over exploitive. It's not manipulative. It's direct. It's, hey, this is what we need. If you can give money, if you can give resources, or if you want to volunteer, if you want to help out, this is how you can do it. I feel like that's a good way of doing that. But like, these fucking ASPCA commercials, they've always struck me as just being very manipulative and just torture porn. And also, I guess I have a cynical aspect. Like, I just question how much the money you guys raise from this are actually going to these animals. Like how much of this money that you guys raise are actually going to these people and these animals? Like I'm sure some of it does, but like I don't know. It just seems like those types of companies and those types of corporations, they are just like exploiting people's sympathy and pretty much like using the suffering of these animals to like guilt trip you into giving money. Like, people, I'm sure most people, and most humane people want to help, and they want to do something for these animals. But goddamn, like, like no, like who wants to sit there for 10 minutes watching these fucking animals just suffer? Damn near like corroded from bacteria and shit, like laying on a street, or like a dog that's had half his head caved in from its owner. It's like, man, no one wants to sit there and see that. Like, I want to help, but fuck, I don't need to see that for 10 minutes. That's not, I don't know. Like, maybe that's just a me thing, but like, I feel like every aspect of those ASPCA commercials are just highly manipulative and just exploitive. Like, I feel like these commercials, I don't want to say they do more harm than good, but I feel like they just lose the intent of what they're doing here. Like, I feel like within all of this overly produced, emotionally manipulative commercials, it loses the point of what they're doing here is to help these animals and these people. But yeah, I don't know, man. But I feel like maybe they do help, but I just feel like more often than not, especially when it comes to these types of companies, that they are not doing the best that they can do. Like, I feel like there's so much more they can be doing that they're not doing. And that the way that these commercials are formatted, like, they're just designed to try to guilt you into giving money. And they're just there to, like, pretty much just like exploit the suffering of these animals and not, like, without doing the most they could do for them. But yeah, that's my rant on the ASPCA commercials and just that whole, and because, like, it's not even just the ASPCA commercials. It's also like I think there's a different company, but like it's the ones that like they show like the people in third world countries and places that are like ravaged by warfare and they're like malnourished and dying and they got flies. It's like, again, like I cannot get the thought out of my head of like there is a fucking film crew on set, well, not on set, but like on the scene of this mass suffering, and I'm not saying that like they could just solve the issue being there, but like you're just filming this shit and you're just watching the suffering of these people and you're just filming it with proper lighting, boom mics and shit, and then you go into a fucking editing bay and fucking put together for a commercial. And like, I don't know, maybe they do help after they record it, but like to me, I just think about that now. Like, I just think about every time I see these commercials, like there is a fucking full on crew just sitting there watching this suffering. And then once they wrap it up, they go back home, eat a fucking Big Mac at McDonald's, and go about their life. And this kid's fucking roadkill being ripped apart by a fucking buzzard for dinner. But I don't know. Like, I think maybe that's just amazing. I think I'm probably the only person that thinks about that. But it's something I've thought about in the last few years. Just like, Jesus Christ, like these people just film this suffering of these animals and people and just go about their lives and then come back and in some recording studio say, hey, you at home give $5 to $10 to help these people and help these animals. And it's like, God damn, man. Like, I feel like a horrible person not giving because of how these commercials are designed to make you fucking feel guilty for not, giving something. But yeah, that's I don't know, like that's just something I've really been thinking about because like I've seen so many of those commercials lately, like not just on TV but like on YouTube and shit. It's like, man, like it was one thing when these commercials were just on TV, but like now I'm seeing them like not only in like the ads that when you go to like a website or something, like I've seen so many of those ads now, like just on the websites. And it's like, God damn it, man. I'm just like trying to fucking look up a article for a game. And I got like 4 ads of a dog that's like fucking dying from some type of disease it's, had laying on the fucking road for 2 days. But, yeah, I don't know. That's just something I've been thinking about. And I feel like there are organizations that do help, and though like the ASPCA ones, like I just don't think those are the best ones to do it. Like they're like the most famous, but I don't think they're the ones that are the best for it. But anyways, that's my whole rant about ASPCA commercials and that whole fucking industry. But the last thing I want to talk about before I wrap this episode up is customer service. And what I mean by that is trying to get a hold of somebody, like trying to call like a company, like let's say you have an issue and you're trying to call them. You got to go through like fucking 3 like robots before you get to a person. And like the whole idea, or this is what they say, is like efficiency. Like the whole idea of having these like AIs, like these robots that they say that you can talk to them like people. It is to like help kind of get you to the right place. It's not. these robots are fucking atrocious. These robots cause more problems than anything. Like, first of all, unless you have like a Harvard articulation, most of the time when you start talking to these fucking robots, they instantly say they can't understand. Like, if you have one word that you don't say correctly, or if like there's a sound while you're talking, you're fucked. Like, they don't know what you're talking about. You have to repeat yourself. And like you end up repeating yourself like 12 times and they don't understand you. It's like, well, you can, and they'll say like, you can talk to them like you can to a person. Like, no, the fuck I can't, because I've been sitting here like I'm in a Groundhog Day loop saying the same shit and you saying the same shit. And I've wasted an hour on the phone talking to a robot. Or well, like, I don't know, that's not the correct robot, whatever, AI, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Like, you spend hours on the phone just going through the same prompts. Press one, press four, press five. Fucking hell! Like, I just want to talk to a person. Like, how hard is it? Like, in this, especially in this economy, like, you cannot tell me that it would not be easier just to hire people to just have different departments. Like, you have like a person that is just there, like, for when you, like, let's say you call Amazon. Like, you cannot tell me that it would not be more efficient to have a person that when you call, you tell them what your issue is, if you want to have a refund, or you have to, like, an issue with like trying to get a package, or you have a delayed package. Like, you tell that person what your issue is, and then they route you to the correct department. You cannot tell me that that would not be more efficient than having this fucking incompetent HAL 9000 who can't understand half the fucking English dictionary trying to like explain what your problem is, and they don't even understand it, and then they keep asking you to say the same thing over and over again. And also, some of these fucking companies have the machines, or I don't know what the word is. I'm trying to figure out like what the word is, because they're not AI. I guess like fucking AI, whatever. I'm just gonna keep saying robot. But like, some of them, like, if you keep saying the same thing, or like if they feel like you're not, like, the conversation is not progressing, they'll just straight up just hang up the phone on you. So like, you'll end up having to call a place 15 times because you try to explain what you're calling for, and the robot doesn't fucking get what you're calling for. They don't understand it, so then they just hang up on you, and you can't get to a person, because to get to a person, you have to get through this robot who doesn't fucking understand the human English language, and so you're just fucked. Like, you're just completely fucked because you can't get a hold of them. You can't get a hold of nobody. You know, like, if you try to chat with somebody, and then there's also these fucking AI chatbots. So like, you're fucked there. You can't even talk to a person in a chat. You have to go through a chat where they have to ask like what you're calling for, and like you have to type what your issue is, and they want to like say, well, I can help you before you can get to a person. Like, no, the fuck you can't. Like, I need to talk to a person. And it's like, trying to talk to a person's like trying to contact the fucking president. It's like, Jesus Christ, like, these companies have made trying to get customer support like going to the DMV for fucking 5 days. Like, it's almost worse than the DMV, because like, at least with the DMV, by the time you get to the line, you're talking to a person and you can actually articulate to a human being what you're actually there for. With these robots, like, you can be sitting there for fucking 20 minutes to an hour and you don't get nowhere. You're just fucked. And you end up just having to do the same thing sometimes for days. And like, I just feel like it would be so much easier if you just had like hired a ton of people. Because like, you cannot tell me that there is not an abundance of people out there who you can hire just to have to be the first line to where you call one of these companies, you call them, talk to the person, and they route you to the right department. And then if they route you to the wrong department, then that department can just route you to another person. Because like, the way some of these companies have stuff now, it's like, Jesus Christ, like, it's just like 10 layers of bullshit to just talk to a person for a return. Like, I've had phone calls where I've spent like hours talking to one of these robots, and then by the time I talk to an actual person, I spend like 5 minutes on the phone. So like, in a way, it's like inefficient, because people spend more time and they have more people having to call and back up the system of people actually talking to people, because you have so many people having to go through layers of bullshit to actually talk to somebody, that instead of having like 5 people calling, you got like damn near 50 people calling, because they have to go through this fucking robot who can't understand, a basic, I need help, or this is my issue. and you have to put in 100 different fucking numbers for them to actually understand what you're saying. It's just a fuck system. So yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like that is just one of the most aggravating things that has started to develop over the last, I'd say, like 5 to 10 years of like, because like it used to be years ago, you could call a company and you could just like talk to somebody. Like you call them, you might be put on hold, but you eventually talk to somebody. Nowadays, you call a company, you instantly talk to a robot, and you're just stuck with this robot, and you cannot talk to somebody until you get through this robot. Like you have to somehow navigate how to get around or communicate what you want to this robot, and you have to hope that that robot is fucking intelligent enough to actually comprehend what you're saying and actually being able to transfer you to who you need to talk to. So yeah, that was the last thing that I wanted to rant about. I don't know, like I these things I've been thinking about for a while now, and especially since I had to call a company a few days ago, and I spent like damn near half the day on the phone because to talk to somebody, I actually had to like to talk to this robot and like explain my issue. And the robot, for some reason, just could not understand me. So I had to keep going through. So I went online to try and Google if there was a way that I could actually like talk to a person. And they said, well, you can talk to them through a chat. And I tried the chat option. That didn't work because now I have to talk to a fucking AI chatbot, which is even more incompetent than the fucking robot on the phone. And so I have to go back to talking on the phone and spend hours on there. And then finally, I get to talk to somebody. And the person I talked to, it took like 5 to 10 minutes. Like I could have saved so much time. And then the person who's having to help me with my issue could have saved so much time because they could just have the person call them and, get their issue resolved and go about your day. Problem solved. But yeah, those were just a few things that were bothering me, kind of annoying me recently that I just wanted to kind of vent about in no specific order. But yeah, I think that's going to be the show for today, my good friends out there. I appreciate you for listening, and until next time, I hope you guys have a good time out there and take it easy.